Hello YouTube, it's Mindbender here, and hey look, I've got another mech suit to show off. Can you believe it? I hope so, because it's real. This is not in fact some weirdly vivid dream you're having. Also, if you like this mech, before we even get into it, and you want to build it yourself, the instructions are available in my PayHip page, which will be in the pinned comment down below. Also, if you want to know even more about this mech than the ramblings I'm about to give you, you should follow me on Instagram. And also, if you don't want to know more about this mech, you should still follow me on Instagram, because I really want the blue check, so get over there and help me out. Alright, enough plugs, let's get to the mech. This is BREECHER. BREECHER was inspired by my girlfriend, actually, telling me to build something with 4 arms. So rather than spend a night in the doghouse, I built something with 4 arms. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. As you can see, it's got a primary color scheme of orange. I've been wanting to build an orange mech for a while, and I know I've built mechs in the past, especially Prometheus ones, that use orange, like, in them, but this is the first mech I've built in quite a while that I feel is primarily orange, and I really like it. I also really like how it looks from around the back. You know, I feel like getting back of mechs to look interesting is kind of tough, and so I used a hubcap piece from Speed Champions, a couple of these headlight pieces that I really love. These will come into play later. And just kind of circling around this mech, you can see just how much color is involved in the build. Obviously, we've got the orange here, we've got some white, red, sand green, coral, dark tan, yellow. There's even a little bit of cyan up in there that I think, or sorry, not cyan, medium azure, I believe it is, but yeah, you can see it all up in there, and yeah, I think it just adds to the, it just kind of all comes together and makes a look of a used mech, a mech that's seen action and had parts replaced and maybe need to be repainted a few times, and maybe has gone through a few different paint jobs, who knows. I just think it has a lot of personality in there. I'm a big fan of how BREECHER looks. As you can see, he's got a big set of arms and a small set of arms. And the small set of arms carries this rifle, which I will zoom in on here for you guys to see. I really like this rifle build. I used a couple of roller skate pieces down there just for a bit of detail. Tack rail up top. Iron sights that probably, I don't know how often those would be used. Are we not even focusing on the rifle? Thank you! Not sure how often these iron sights would come into view, or come into play, but I like how they look, so I kept them in there. And then on the outer arms, I kind of molded them more to look like just fists, because I want these to be for melee. These are more for delicate operations. These ones are for punching. I figure if the mech is going to have 4 arms, there should be reasons for the different arms. Also, we can move these out of the way and open up the cockpit to get a look at the pilot. And there she is in there, using that torso from one of the collectible minifigure series. And here's one thing I want to show off, because I'm quite proud of it. This, the mech's head is going to be right in front of the pilot's head, and if we flip that over, we can actually see the heads-up display that she would be looking at inside the cockpit, and that's fun for me. So that folds down, and this folds up, and that's how she is enclosed. As well as the rifle here, there are also these missile pods that I mentioned earlier that pop up from the back, and these are just another set of weapons for the mech to use. I imagine they would just kind of fire a small burst of fire-and-forget tracking-style missiles towards other mechs, and when they're not in use, they can just fold away very nicely, so I'm a big fan of that. Also, I just want to briefly talk about this print down here. Obviously, it's the Venom symbol from one of the Lego Spider-Man sets, and I was so excited to get to use this print in this video, or in this build and this video, because y'all are seeing it, but I'd actually been sitting on that piece for quite a while, and I'd tried it out with a few different builds, and just it never seemed to like fit the build. It never seemed to fit the personality of whatever we were working with. It just didn't seem to work. And I was kind of bummed, because I bought that set specifically for that print, because I thought it would look good on a mech someday. And I finally used it with this one and was happy with the use of it, and it actually ended up making even more sense than I intended, because the mech has multiple arms. So it's kind of like the symbol actually kind of correlates to the mech itself, which is totally cool, not intentional, but just turned out to be a wonderful coincidence, so I'm very happy with that. Overall, I'm just super, super happy with BREECHER. I really like this build. I don't have a ton of backstory for it. I'm not sure what it's doing in my LEGO world. I think it's just a random citizen who's built herself this mech. Maybe she's some kind of gun for hire or something. I don't think that through for BREECHER. I kind of just enjoy the build for what it is. And like I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to enjoy the build, the instructions are available in the pinned comment down below. Not so sure if it's going to be uploaded to MockHub because the Nexonite cockpit piece that I used in here turns out to kind of be hard to get a hold of, so I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll give it a try and see how it goes, but just be aware that it might be easier for you to just download the instructions from my PayHip page and then buy the pieces off of Bricklink. But guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked Breacher, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like this build, feel free to leave a comment, or, I don't know, leave a comment. Spam somebody. Don't spam anybody. Please don't spam. Spam's bad. Alright, goodbye.